Hello Indonesia, I am Muhammad Jauhan Farhad, the representative from Medical Faculty, Universitas Nahdlatul Ulama, Surabaya, to take part in the selection of Outstanding Student 2019. And here is my idea. According to the data from Susenas 2012, the number of persons with disabilities in Indonesia reached 2.45%. Most persons with disabilities are who experience more than one type of limitations and reach 39.97%, followed by blind people, deaf people, and others. In communication, known as two kinds of communication, such as verbal communications and non-verbal communications. Verbal communications is the communication through spoken by words, and non-verbal communications is everything or something is communicated by someone to the others without words. This communication is indicated by gestures, facial expressions, body language, or tone of voice. Sign language is the one communication media for deaf people. So the people who are living with deaf people, of course, requires understanding to use sign language. And then the purpose of a conversation can be conveyed well and avoid misunderstanding when giving the message. Then, what if they are deaf people come to the doctor for treatment without bringing the sign language interpreter? Is the doctor able to understand what is the patient talking about? Whatever they are using sign language for communications. Okay, here I will show you about the reaction from a deaf person when around him knows sign language. And the other video from our President Joko Widodo, he was demonstrated sign language at the opening of ASEAN Para Games.
Saya nyatakan dengan resmi Asian Games dibuka. Selamat berjuang. Success.
From the video, we know that they will feel very happy when around him knows about sign language, isn't it? A doctor's knowledge of sign language is very important. Why? Because it is one way to communicate with deaf people when a treatment. Of course, for avoiding the misunderstanding when give a diagnosis. Knowledge of sign language can be started by medical students, and this needs to be applied in the teaching and learning activities among medical students, because medical students nowadays are a doctor in the future, and hope in 2030 health services will be optimal and reach the SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals number 3, good health and well-being. Therefore, learning sign language for medical students as a method of effective communication between the doctors and the patient for the realization Sustainable Development Goals in 2030 in Indonesia.